I'm out in the water, come jump right in, 'cause we going farther than we ever been. I'm out in the water, come jump right in, we going farther than we ever been.
Boom. Welcome back.
Crispy.
Ocean, yeah, I think it might have been unplugged a little bit, but I made it on, plugged it nice and all that. But welcome back, Ocean Waves, episode 50. Episode 50. I'm Indigo Ryan, the Navigator.
Just on the guru.
Welcome back. We had a comment last time.
Halfway to 100, first of all.
I know, dude. At Rose_course_love and light. Real talk. Heart emoji from the last one.
What was the last one? Was that you?
Me, Eddie. Or not Eddie, sorry. Me, Calvin, and Bree. Yeah, cool. Episode 50. Yep, halfway to 100. I really don't want to get too big on it because in two more, that's when I want to talk about it.
The 52?
Yeah, it's the full year.
Yeah, it's still half to 100, though.
But half to 100, yeah. Super
still
big.
Something.
I did want to do it on Wednesday, but I went to the game on Tuesday, and I've been congested, so I think I sound the best today that I've found in the past few days, so.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so it's going to come out on Friday, which is unfortunate because that's like the least amount of watch day, but it is 50. So that's eye grabber. I would say. Episode 50, dude.
Yeah. I mean, you could just drop it a couple days late.
Nah, because next week I want to do Tuesday, it'll be 51, and then Thursday is 52, and it's exactly a year, and I don't want to miss it. So there's no whatever. So 50 should be good enough to grab whatever, and then really it's for 51 and 52.
Yeah.
And then hopefully after that, we'll be back on track. Wednesdays, 12, boom. Just simple.
Yeah, if we do them, honestly, I mean, because I'm up early, especially the weekdays, so I'd rather do it in the morning because I feel like I have more energy, more to give, personally speaking, because I'm up at like 7:30 a.m.
I did say that I'm down to do it in the morning, but I have to, like, it would be nice to pick a day and get into that rhythm so that my body can be like, okay, I wake up early on this day. Because for me, I'm going to get up at like 11. And then by that time, it's like.
And I mean, I think Tuesday is the easiest because I come off the weekend. Well, I come off the Monday. Tuesday's the easiest.
I mean, Tuesdays, then I can edit it and put it for Wednesday. So that's cool with me.
Yeah.
But then I know that if I wake up a little too late, then you have to deal with the kids. So.
It's got to be. I mean, I'm up at 7:30. I'm pretty much free by 8.
Yeah.
So if we did 8 a.m., start it, even if it's 8:30. Reasonably, that's the time because by 11 I have the kids.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I guess we'll see.
Depends on if you can get up. Because it's easier for me to do it in the day than at night.
True. Yeah.
But it is what it is. Any other comments?
Nah, that's it. That's it for now.
Yeah, I saw it. Saw that comment.
Symphonic Squirrel said one a couple episodes ago. That was like 45, though. Just big up in me. So appreciate that.
Nice.
And yeah, dude.
Does this work?
Yeah. I'll leave it to you. Because I don't really care what goes on there.
I'm going to put something on. Some background.
But yeah, dude. Fucking episode 50. Done 50 of these. That's crazy.
I don't have volume, though, so I don't know. There's no volume on this.
No, there's no volume already.
Did you mute it already?
Yeah. Minecraft Realms were down for a while.
Yeah, that sucked.
But now it's back up.
But that gave me time to, it says only in theaters Friday. And I just saw another ad that said, only in theaters today. Like, is it only in theaters one day?
No, it's like you can only see it in theaters. And then they just put it out on streaming right away anyway. Like a month later. But
that would be cool. They only played it for a day. It said it's blink twice. Because, it's like blink twice and it's gone. Like, what if they only put it in theaters for a day?
True.
Unless it runs late, there's no way I can see it tomorrow, though.
Yeah, no, me neither.
I might try it, though. See, I want these shaders to make the game look like that. You know what I mean?
True.
It's like nice and crispy.
I don't know. I kind of like
But look how shiny the mushroom is, and the leaves like poke out a little bit.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
The grass, the wetness on the ground. Like the reflection off the water, you know what I mean? You're just like, this is like Skyrim. Skyrim in a Minecraft game.
Yeah. So you didn't have the kids today. What'd you do?
I cleaned the kitchen, cleaned the studio, cleaned my room. I made a song. And then it's ironic because as soon as I sat down to play Minecraft, that was when Nahi started getting like a little antsy, so I took him on a walk. We just walked around for a bit, and then as soon as I tried to sit down, or earlier, as soon as I tried to sit down to play, and I was eating, so I had a peanut butter and blueberry sandwich instead of jelly. I didn't have jelly because the jelly kind of went bad.
Interesting.
So I was like, I'll just put the blueberries on there. It's pretty much like jelly.
How'd you feel after you ate it?
I got halfway through it, and then Keita's mom showed up with the kids, so then I was like, okay, and then I could finish it, but that's when I went on the walk. And then when I sat down to play again, something else happened. Oh yeah, I sat down to play. I was playing for a second. Nah, he was chilling, but then he crawled towards like where your setup is and started grabbing wires and shit. So, and I didn't even see. I was just paying attention to the game, and then Amber's like, oh, he's grabbing the wires or whatever. So then I went and moved him. Or she moved him. I was like, you know how to move him? She's like, yeah, she moved him. But she moved him too far back and tried to get in the rocking chair, and it would like clipped his feet. And I was like, stop. You're going to fuck his feet up. Then I moved him again. Then he got pissed off. And I was like, well, guess I'm not playing.
True.
So, but I did have the time to make a song. Oh, I got my chain fixed.
Nice. One day.
Already?
Nice.
Yeah, I had to pay extra for it. But I let them know that I was adamant. Because they told me 2 weeks at first. And I was like, all right, like, what can I do to get it moved up, essentially? And they had like a fee for it. But they were cool. So they seemed like they wanted to help me. And they could tell it was important to me. So they were like, okay, like, see what I can do. And they got it done real fast. Like, I dropped it off, like, probably around 11.
Is it the place that we talked about yesterday?
Yeah.
Nice.
Right in there. About 11:30, and then by, like, 4, they called me. And they cleaned it, too. Cleaned it for free. Even though it didn't really need to be cleaned, I mean. So, but anyway, they did that, so that was cool. Then I went and got more toothpaste. And I bought a bigger version of an outfit that Nahi already had. It's like a bear one, where there's like a little bear in there. And then he shit all over it. So, day 1,
Lit.
destroyed it. I was like, good job, buddy.
Nice.
Yeah, but then I just got like little food and shit for him. How's it? Yeah.
Facts.
So pretty overall productive. I mean, anytime I actually have some time to myself, which is not very often anymore, but when I actually do have time to myself, I'm able to be super productive. So got a lot done.
Oh yeah. Dude.
I mean, kitchen's clean, studio's clean. I didn't clean my room as well. Got like a decent amount of stuff.
You're lucky the trash came late today.
Did you put it out?
Put it out. When I woke up, I was like, oh, so I actually I had a dream, not terrible dream, but it was a dream that like to get me up. It was like I was at work and like everything was just going wrong. Like literally every second, like grab a cup, like falls, like shit like that, where it's like, and then I woke up and I was like, fuck, and I actually had to go to work today too, so I was like, god damn it. But then I woke up and then I was like, I looked outside and I was like, seeing that you didn't put the trash out. Because I always remember when I lie down and it's like 5 a.m. I lie down, I'm like, fuck, I gotta do the trash. And then after you just lie down, I'm like, maybe Jason will see it when he takes Amber to school. And then I just wake up, it's just not there. I was like, oh, shit. But then I went out and I literally looked in the neighbors. And I pulled 2 neighbors and they had trash. I was like, all right, it hasn't come yet. So I just reeled them out. And I took the one that was in the kitchen, put it out.
Nice.
So luckily they didn't come. Like sometimes they come like at 10 or whatever.
Yeah, all over the place. I think it's depending on how many people. Because I think wherever they hit our route, it's at some point in time where their thing could or could not be full.
Yeah, I watched like Theo Vaughn had like a New York City garbage dude on one time, and he was talking about, and they deal with not only that but also the snow and shit like that. But he was saying that they would go and they had their route, and then when the truck got filled, they had to go dump it and then go back. So, so days that people have more trash before they get to our house.
Yeah. And we're at that point where it does, which is actually nice because it's not like they're guaranteed to grab it at the same time every time.
Yeah.
Because I've actually literally been out there. Sometimes I see them like, oh shit, I run out there, and then the people I've talked to, they're cool enough to just like wait for a second. I've like brought shit out to them. Usually when they wait for me and I have like some other shit to add to it, I usually go get them a drink or some shit, just to be like, yo, appreciate it. And even for the one dude, the dude was like done or something. Then he came back. I was like, oh, he's like, oh, I'll come back. And I don't know if he still had to or whatever. I think he was like done. He's like, oh, I'm done. And I was like, oh, well. And he's like, oh, I'll come back. And I gave him $10. I don't know if he probably would have done it anyway, but.
True. No, that's nice.
Still.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, because that time, one of the other times, he was like, oh, I'm full. He's like, but we'll come back around in a bit. So we're at that point. So I guess it depends on if they fill up or not.
Definitely.
If people put out 2 bins or 1.
Yeah. Devon also had Donald Trump on his podcast. I watched it. It was only like an hour, but it didn't feel like it felt like just a normal Theo Von podcast. Like, it didn't feel like out of the normal. But then the only difference was how many jokes that he may have pulled per hour.
He didn't joke as much?
Yeah, he did put a couple. Like, he did say a couple in there. And then, but it was good because he asked him a couple, like, I guess Theo Von's, like, one of his main things he's concerned about is just, like, he talked about how we're one of the only countries that advertises, like, pharmaceutical stuff. And how, like, hospitals will charge whatever and not tell you the real price. And Trump said that he actually he got it passed when he was in presidency for them to reveal. And then he didn't get the presidency, and then when they just shut it down. So it's like, it's supposed to be like an MRI costs $50 here and $500 here. And you can just go choose to go take the $50 one versus the $500. So they were talking about that. And then Trump just shit on Kamala Harris like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then
is she the official running?
Yeah. After the debate, they pulled Biden and then put her in. She's the official.
I heard some rumors that Biden died. Did I say that last time?
I don't know. Did you say it on here? I don't know if you. I remember we talked about it. I don't know if you said it.
I watched these videos and I don't really care because I know it's
wait.
just
Do you search out these videos or the videos find you?
No, they definitely find me.
Okay,
I don't give a shit about that kind of stuff anymore. Like, to be looking for it, but
it's clarifying.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's funny, and like the problem is with nowadays is like you can find. I need to turn myself down a bit. You can find like compelling arguments for like everything. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah,
like you can find a compelling argument for literally anything you possibly think of. Somebody will be able to like convince you that it's true, which I find hilarious.
Because always if it's possible, like is this possible?
Yeah.
If it's possible, then it's like. The only way to find it, if it's not true or not, is to find the fact or whatever.
Yeah.
Or to be there.
But what, I don't know, what the story said essentially, I think it was Vegas, but he was in Vegas or some shit, and then they were like, oh, you need to shut, like the Secret Service called the police department. It's like, you need to shut down these XYZ streets. We got to move the president like to the hospital or whatever. So they do that, apparently. Shut all the things down. Then about like 30 minutes later, they call back and say, okay, never mind. We actually life flighted him to Johns Hopkins. And this was apparently right before he dropped out. And then he posted a text of him dropping out.
It must have been post-debate.
Whenever it was, I don't know. But I don't know, because then he was at that. He did one more. He did something recently, didn't he? Biden?
I don't know.
It could be a drone or something.
Yeah, the last known sighting would have been him battling Trump in the debate.
Oh, really? He hasn't been out in public since?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm saying like the last thing that was like super public like that was that I'm aware of was the debate where it's like Trump wasn't like debating like a robot. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe, but like in the sense of like it wasn't like it was a cardboard of Joe Biden and Trump there.
Yeah,
it was like he was there, I guess. So it must have been after that. But it could have been right after that.
And honestly, just playing like in my mind, it's just play with the idea. Like if you play with the idea,
so he dies in Vegas,
but
and gets flown.
They know they don't want. They have a plan, right? They'll eventually, which I don't think it's now. Eventually, they'll have their female president, and they'll pick the person they want it to be, and then it'll be the one that everyone's like, oh, like everyone loves them. It's gonna be one of those people, like everyone loves them, and like too good to be true type shit, which it is too good to be true. But Kamala Harris is not that person.
Yeah.
So because of that, I know.
Reminds me of Prison Break, dude.
I would bet, $1,000 right now that Kamala Harris won't be the president, because if she was, she probably would already be
Right now.
And
she would've
that's
gotten
why
it.
if he
Yeah.
did die though, like this is why I played the idea. If he did die, and they're just keeping it secret, I think I did talk about this because I remember I talked about the MF Doom thing.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
when MF Doom died.
I don't remember. We had this conversation. I just don't
Yeah.
remember if it was on the microphone or not. That's all.
When he died, no, we didn't know about it for a while.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
months later, and then they were like, "Oh, he passed away," and everyone's like, "Oh shit," which is like, with like, obviously rest in peace. But it's interesting that nowadays that could be a thing that happens where
Yeah.
someone dies and people just don't know, especially someone famous. But if it was the case, and they kept it secret because they didn't want to just swear her in, because then she would become the first. It would be like that, and then her term would be over, and it would be like a weird thing. So, and I could see that because they wouldn't want the presidency changing hands, especially so late in the thing, and that's just a lot for. Because I mean, they walk people like dogs essentially, because they don't. If you tell people too much, like people start to freak out. So I think like they didn't like to not stir, public. I mean, this happened in I can't remember if it was one of the. I don't know. It was either China or it was I think it was North Korea, maybe. I don't know. But the leader died at some point. And I don't know if this was in the 50s or whatever. Anyway, and they didn't tell anybody for like a certain amount of time. And then they replaced him with someone who looked like him. And then whatever else. Because it's like, if you do that, then you still keep order the same way it is. If the person's gone, then it's like, oh, there's no one there to like.
So a new person comes and
Yeah.
it's a
new regime or whatever.
Yeah.
But if they don't have it, like, because if he wasn't, like, if it wasn't prepared for that to happen, and it just happened, they're like, oh shit, we gotta do something about this. It's like, I mean, shit, nowadays you can pull off anything.
Yeah. That reminds me of Prison Break. That's how I feel.
What, like the Scylla people?
Yeah, just like having like the girl like vice president, and there's like she's only there because of a like shady cover up.
I don't remember exactly what happened.
Well, it was like Lincoln supposedly kills her brother or whatever.
Yeah, but he's not actually dead.
Yeah, but then it propels her, and she becomes the vice president, but then the president dies drinking the water. So then she becomes the president, becomes the like first female president or whatever, and blah blah blah.
So I don't know, like I don't like it's weird too, because I just think like the thing is, what I don't like about politics and shit is like it becomes this thing of like you poke one way and it makes it like feel or look like you're supporting something else. Like it's like when you point out when something's wrong, and then people be like, oh well, you must be like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that's the thing that I think about like with her is like there's like all the stuff of like she put a lot of people who like from like weed charges in prisons, and she also like extended and denied like paroles and extended sentences on people so that she could keep like more people in the jail cells to fill the jails to use like free cheap labor force. And I just think that's pretty foul. So it's and then for anybody else, like how do you look at that and be like, oh yeah, this is who we want as our person, and then lied about it.
Yeah.
So then like how does any person look at that and be like, oh well, like how do you justify that essentially? I mean, I'm sure there's a compelling argument to justify it. But
Definitely. I mean, or it's just not common knowledge.
Yeah, it's probably just not common knowledge.
Yeah.
And that's also
and she's not gonna run on that. Like, hey,
Yeah, exactly. But that's also the scary thing. That's a good looking tree. It's a scary thing to like be able to like withhold information like that to a point where that is a pretty crazy thing to like that people just don't know. And then
yeah. But she won't debate, and she won't like make any public appearances. Like the only thing she does is like her little like the little rallies here and there.
You know what's funny? I saw like this is another video somebody posted. It's like some of her ad videos and where they were targeted, and like when she was targeting like the cities and like urban areas or whatever on the demographics, Like everything, the slang she was using and the words she was using was like much more like catered to that of which like the city or whatever. And then when it was like the suburban places, like the way she spoke was so much different. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, you know, you're just like,
yeah. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is pretty much just gonna say
she's code switching on the ads.
Yeah, he's just gonna say how he's gonna talk how he's gonna talk no matter where he is.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know.
They're two different. I don't know. Dude.
And then there's this thing, and this is a thing that this is a crazy one. I'm just gonna say it, but that I saw this a long time ago, and there was a lady, I forget her name, but it was a lady, and I think she was an actor or something, and she actually got killed like a week later after saying this. But she said, someone, you could look this up, I'm sure, but she said something about Michelle Obama being a man, like secretly a man or whatever, and I think it was a famous actor, some person, I don't know, TV person to an extent, and she got killed like a week later after she said that. And then now there's I've seen a bunch of videos pop up like that. There wasn't really
wait, repeat, sorry, because my mind went somewhere, and I'll say why.
All right, so she essentially claimed, this lady, I can see her, I don't know her name, I can see her face in my mind. She's like a white lady, hair kind of like swooped like that. She had a pointy nose.
Yeah. I think I remember hearing about this.
And she said like she was getting like harassed by the paparazzi and some other shit, and then she said like she was like pissed or whatever, I don't know, and she's like, Michelle Obama's like really a man. That's what she said, and then she got killed a week later. So is one that and at the time when I first saw that, this is like a year, I don't know, whenever probably it happened, I was like, okay, like, and there wasn't a lot of shit on it. But now I saw like a bunch of videos and shit come out of like showing like Michelle Obama's mom dying and leaving everything to her son, and it was her legal name before the fact, and then like there's like paperwork that she changed her name and all these things, because she had to do that because you can't legally leave it to the other, like a new name. It has to be, I guess, based on whatever the rules are for that, it has to be whatever. So it's like claiming that he was, you know, she was a he or whatever.
That's hilarious.
Which is like goes another layer deeper. Then also like if you go back farther, like I don't know, I know too much. Like Obama is like part of like the whole family of like, if you go look at all the presidents that have like ever been,
like aren't they like all
most of them are in the same family, like they're tied to the same family. So it's like the people, it's like, and you know what's funny, I'm watching this show called Reyen right now, with Keita, like Reign, and it's like with the old kings of like, and it's like France and shit, and I like it because it's like, it's apparently about Mary of Scott, I think that's what she goes, like I think that's what it is, like she's like Scotland or whatever, I think that's what it is. And it's a historic person. I don't know if how accurate the show is, I'm sure it's dramatized, but it's about her life. And I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, like you got the kings and you got the royals, and I remember looking back at like back in school when they would teach us about shit like this, and at some point in time the textbook goes from like they live like this as like the oligarchies or whatever, like they owned, like they ruled everything, to like one day they just became a democracy. And I'm just like, but there's no, you know what I mean, like that jump is like so can you get a flick on that jump is so sudden. In the book it's like, oh, they went from like owning everything, ruling everything, to now like, okay, we're all just gonna rule it together. And I'm like, that's not actually real. Like that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
like when somebody has all the power, almost never do they say, okay, I'm gonna distribute the power.
Yeah, true.
They always keep it to themselves. And if they do distribute the power, they actually keep the power, and they say like, you guys are gonna actually make decisions. I'm just gonna be here and I'll have the final say of everything if need be or whatever. Like whatever I say, you guys make the decisions on, essentially. So then you look at it, I'm like, that at whatever point in time the history books stop recording it is the point in time where they all go into hiding, where they're no longer the front faces, where like, we are this, we are that, where they no longer get their pictures painted and put out there. That's where they go back into hiding. And these people today who run those countries and whatever, they're still, it's the same shit. It's the royals. Yeah. And even the revolution in the United States, like the Revolutionary War, the Revolutionary War that like the U.S. or the colonies
the tea and all
fought
that
off.
shit.
Yeah, even that was like they worked out a deal where they would own a certain portion of land in the United States, like the British, and that was one of the things of the people kicking out all the Native Americans. I would say kicking out very, lightly, but
like a nice letter, like please leave.
Yeah, exactly. So but they had they benefited from that because they actually were like, instead of fighting, they made a business arrangement to like own a certain portion of the land or whatever, and all the shit that follows after the fact comes from Great Britain. So in our history, it's written as, oh, we got our independence, but that's not really what happened. Really, they made a business deal to change the way that the scope was going. Instead of fighting, they're like, okay, well, let's just make money together. And that was that. And to this day, what changes? It's the same thing. It's more obvious with Canada because Canada's money, well, who's on the dollar bill?
Yeah.
Who's on? Or they don't have a dollar bill, but who's on the like the on the money? It's the Queen.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, okay, if the Queen is on your money, and your money is what runs everything, then who are you owned by?
Yeah.
It's obvious in Canada. It's not obvious in the United States. So that same thing applies of all those people from the days of old into the modern age. They all still exist. It didn't disappear. Like it's made to look like on the surface that it all disappeared. That's why every time we talked about the presidency and like and we like RFK and whatever, it's like in my mind like and they're part of that family. The Kennedys are still part of that family,
Yeah.
but the reason why he got killed is because he turned against them.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, this is I'm gonna say these things, and he got killed. Same thing with fucking
And his brother.
yeah, and
But they didn't let him even get to the presidency.
where they're like, nah, bro, like,
Well, he literally the night he won the primary, they killed him.
and that's the thing. So you have that, and then like the RFK, like they're not gonna kill RFK because it's
They're
like
not gonna let him win.
exactly they don't
So
need to kill
you don't
him, and
need
that's why today it's different.
Yeah.
Because today, like they can
But at the
touch.
same time, I agree. I do agree with you, 100%. Anytime I would say before was just to be like, for anyone who's listening, if you do believe in the politics or whatever, I would say vote. RFK is probably our best.
Yeah,
whatever.
that's fair.
However,
If that's what you.
I still also my true belief is if suppose it these textbooks of the history, everyone has their history, family history, and they say that people fought, and then of course women got the right to vote and stuff like as everyone got the right to vote, so that equality became a thing in the United States. They say that like, okay, if you don't vote, they're like, oh, our ancestors died for us to be able to vote. So it's like, okay, yes, if you don't in that thinking, if you don't use your power that you have, what do they die for? But if your vote means absolutely nothing and you vote and you just pretend like it does, then what do they die for? So that's my actual perspective.
And it's the same thing.
Situation.
And this is I'm gonna be very because I know how especially how sensitive people get, but it's the same thing with like and anything like the like current military today, like military people today, right? People who go out and they fight in the military, and I know people who are in the military, not that many, but I know a couple. And so these people go out and they fight cross country, whatever, all the stuff that they do as a sacrifice to the country, and then it's a kind of a twisted backwards thing the way that the marketing agency uses that against people because it takes their sacrifice and makes it into like a show. And in reality, if you have people who are willing to fight and die for your freedoms, then you should exercise all your rights as a citizen of a country to do everything that you can do to take advantage of those things that you're given, which also includes doing your own research and investigation and make sure you're not falling victim to ploys.
Yeah.
Because if you do and you're like, oh, I'm just going to believe everything I see and you're being taken advantage of, then it's almost disrespectful towards the people who are willing to die for you to get fooled into something else, and now their sacrifices for nothing. But I think that's the biggest shame in it all is that so many people do sacrifice their lives.
Yeah.
Not just military, but different people who dedicate their lives to making the world better, and their sacrifice becomes in vain if people don't actually do anything with the opportunities that they're given and try to make try to make things right.
Like all 10 people who made the water car.
I mean, that's just another one. And that's the thing. So it's like when you do in that space, like that's another.
Where is he right now?
That's the deep dark.
Oh, okay.
That's where like.
I wonder what the end looks like in this.
Yeah.
But,
these look really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Big
That's the. Yeah, that's where the warden spawns down there. That's like the deep dark like ruins or whatever.
True.
But yeah. So yeah, it's just one of those things that I feel like I'm overly I don't know, informed
critical?
on. No, I mean critical is one of those things. This is one of those things I just feel like we could definitely do better. But I think people just don't care, just don't have time to care. Personally, honestly, I really don't think people care that much. Because if you did care that much, you would you would do your research and you'd be like, oh, well, like, let's look at the chain of events. Let's study the history. Let's see how we got from A to B.
Yeah.
And because this is how we got from A to B, how do we get to whatever desired C is? But most people don't do that. They just take whatever they're told.
Yeah.
And that's why I personally like to like watch a bunch of shit and like take in a lot of information. Because I know that like 90% of what I see it's not gonna be real. It's just bullshit or it's fabrication. But it's just a matter of like you gotta see.
But it helps you
understand
decipher.
Because you
have to have bullshit come through to be able to decipher what's not what it is and what it
exactly. And the more and more you have, it's like you can see agendas. It's like when you see what people are trying to tell you, you can try to figure out why they do that.
Yeah.
Like, why do you want me to think that? And when you understand that, then you're like, oh, you can see around the corner, you can see behind the scenes. Because the truth is always being told. Like, even when people lie, they tell you the truth all the time.
True.
Only if you can discern through the text.
Yeah.
You know, like when you ask someone a question and they get nervous about the answer, then you know there's something there that's going on. It's like, okay, why are you nervous about the answer?
True.
So you're trying to cover something up. Whatever, even just small shit. You know? Yeah. Even the easiest one is like, oh, how are you doing? People are like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
It's the biggest lie ever.
Yeah.
People tell that lie every day.
I'm okay, yeah.
I'm good. But you're not good. You're just like, good is what you say to like.
I think recently I said I've been doing all right. I think that's pretty honest.
Yeah, I mean, the words in general don't matter. Essentially, the point is that like no one said, you don't say what you really feel. You just, by you saying I'm good or all right or whatever, you're acknowledging their acknowledgement.
Usually
of
I
your
will
existence.
respond after that with some sort of hint of whatever.
But that's the thing. What you're saying and what's being said is
definitely not. Because if someone's like, yo, how you doing? It's like, dude, you just lay him like all your personal problems. Like, it's just like someone you work with. Like, do they really need to hear?
No, but that? I love when you ask someone how. Except there's actually not all the time, because there's this dude that I work with who I'll ask him like, yo, like, how you doing, bro? And he goes like, not good. And he proceeds to tell you like everything that's like going wrong in his life.
But it's like you only got 2 minutes, and now you're 5 minutes in.
No, it's like I don't even have. I have 10 minutes. I just don't want to hear.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, are you really mad if someone says I'm?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I respect that you're telling me the truth, but at the same time, like
it's like, why are you telling me?
I really didn't want to.
Like, why'd you ask? You know
exactly, and that's not my fault. Really, it should just be like, oh, good to see you. That's it.
Thanks.
Just good to see you. Like, I'm glad to have seen you today.
Like, yo, yeah.
I acknowledge your presence as a human being alive in this world. That's all I want. I don't want to know about your day.
Yeah.
I really don't. I mean,
you make your entrance. You make it like, here I am, and then you say, nice to see you.
Exactly. And then sometimes if I do ask,
if you walk in the building and they're like, yo, and you just don't say anything.
Yeah.
You just look at them like.
That's what I learned. It's like, I don't know. You should only ask if you really want to know the answer. If you don't really want to know how someone's day is, like.
Kaylee put on her story, like, it was like, she always puts whatever, but she put on her, like, something, it was like, co-worker things or whatever, and then she made a comment, like, she was like, if I literally saw you on the street, I would turn around and run away. And I'm about to be tomorrow and be like, damn, yo, why you had to be like that? You could just tell me you don't fuck with me.
Wait, it's about coworkers?
Yeah, it's about coworkers, but she, like, made a comment. It's like, if I saw you in the street, I would just run away. And I was like, dude, that's so geek. Like, you should just tell that to whoever it is.
Yeah.
She's like, I would literally don't fuck with you. I feel like that would be more honest. No?
The thing is, though, I have that thought. I've had that thought.
But then I guess you got to be around them.
No, yeah, that's the thing, right? I've had that thought of people like I really don't fuck with to just be like, listen, I really don't fuck with you. So just like, you do your thing, I'm gonna do mine, and it's all good like that.
You say you done that, or you want to do?
I've thought about it with a couple different people.
Okay.
But then I play it all the way through my mind. I'm like, then what happens is this person gets all butthurt.
Mm-hmm.
They're all mad about it. They go around spouting out there like, oh, this person doesn't like me, so I gotta go fucking. They gotta go. They're gonna walk around all angry. They're gonna talk shit about me, and inevitably gonna make my life a little bit harder just because I felt the need to be like, I don't fuck with you. When in doubt, I can just be like, yo, what's good, and then keep going on my day. So you're literally not worth my time.
So I guess it's like asking how you doing. Like, you might hear the.
Like, I don't want it. I don't care. Like, I really don't care. Like, I don't even care enough to tell you that I don't like you. Like, because if I don't like someone, then it's that. It's like I really don't care enough to even inform you because it doesn't matter. It's like you mean nothing. Like you
Yeah.
don't mean anything. Like,
But you don't
in my
pretend
life.
to like them either.
I don't know.
So that's the
No,
bound.
no.
That is the boundary. Because if you pretend to like them, but then you really don't like,
No.
you gotta choose a side.
Dude, like, there's this person in my work who, like, I told this in a podcast way long time ago, who one day was like said some really out of bounds shit, and in the situation that it was in, because of the situation, I couldn't really say or do much otherwise it would put me at a significant detriment.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, there's nothing I can do. I gotta just let it play out. That person had left for a while. Now they came back, and there's like moments where I have to interact with them, and I say like shit that's like rude, but like in a joking manner. Like it sounds like I'm joking, but I'm really like dead serious. But it's taken as a joke, and that to me is my comic relief. Where it's like I can say whatever it is that I think of in my mind. That's just like I'll make a joke or make fun of them, and they think I'm kidding, but I'm really like actually making fun of them. But they think I'm kidding because my delivery is decent enough, and that makes me feel like yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, I was cracking jokes all day. I walked in and we had to do like everything, but I guess like the fridge went out and then they were like busy yesterday, so later on the day it came to like why. But we had to, so me, Austin, and Jack were just killing, like doing everything or whatever. And then what were you just talking about?
Work and.
No, but like specifically. Oh, I was just cracking jokes like all day. We were pretty slow. I only made like $100, but I was just cracking jokes. But the one that hit the most was we have like a hot saucer there. It's like firecracker or whatever, and like Trump and shit had been brought up earlier in the day, and I was like, oh, is that what you call Trump? And it was like, and that one hit the most.
What, firecracker?
Yeah, but I was just cracking jokes. I won't say all of them because they're timely.
Yeah.
But so time went by pretty fast, so that's good. Just fucking whatever. I realized that I had allowed in recent time. I've allowed people to bring me into their energy that isn't really mine, or that I don't really agree with, or like really vibe with. And it's like, and then find myself confused. I'm like in this energy and I don't know whatever. So I was like, even right before we had this conversation, I was like, that's when I just realized it. And I was like, I've been sucked into whatever. And then you got to battle your way out. So I was like, all right, at this point, how do I avoid getting sucked into whatever?
Well, this is the thing, right? Not a solution, but observation. I feel like in my own life, and this is probably true for a lot of people, like you have reoccurring people that are there to teach you some sort of lesson. Like there's somebody that I have to deal with, not just someone who comes in all the time, who is very like kind of disrespectful as a person. Like I don't think they realize it, but they just say a lot of shit that's like disrespectful. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, definitely ignorant. Because I mean,
that's probably the right word. Because you don't know, like, you don't even take the time to realize where you're.
Yeah, that definitely
how you're affecting someone else or whatever. So that's ignorance, right?
But I guess to
a T. All right, continue on.
But they were. I mean, there was an example of like the funniest shit to me was watching people's disdain of the dancing part of the Olympics.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
Wait, the breakdancing?
Yeah, which I liked it, and I was rooting. I
think there was one person that like didn't actually know what they were doing, and they were there for like research or some shit, or like some sort of like political, like not political, some sort of like a social experiment. So people were shitting on her because like she was terrible. It's like,
she
what
was
are you
just
doing?
doing random shit,
and it's like their first time is in the Olympics, and you just have like this person that's not really respecting the craft or whatever. That's one thing I saw in it, but.
I think it was the Japanese girl. I think it was her. She won the gold medal. As soon as I saw her for the first time, I was like, yeah, she's dope as shit.
Facts.
So I was rooting for her the whole time. Meanwhile, like a lot of people were just hating on it. Like, this is not a real sport. Like, and then they would relate something else that like is damn near similar, like way too similar to like use as an example as a valid sport. To be like figure skating has way more class. And I'm just like, okay, like if we really break it down, like one person's on ice. In an arena, a ring that has a boundary. Another person's on whatever the ground is that has a boundary. It's just a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Then this team goes and they do a dance which is more traditional, more of the ballerina-esque.
Yeah, I'd say elegant would be
elegant. Well,
elegant
a lot of those
a lot of those figure skating things. Don't you think when you say Blades of Glory was trying to achieve like elegance within
I mean,
their comedy?
it is, but it is also like just the moves and the style is
Okay.
more traditional.
Okay.
I think it is. But and then the breakdancing and shit is more modern.
Yeah.
More modern dance, right? So to like use figure skating as like that's a valid form of dance.
Yeah, that's.
And
not
then
really
the
solid
modern
argument.
dance to not do it, it's like
Yeah.
it just shows you're like.
Because some people are gonna view that as like beautiful art, like that girl breakdancing. It's like that was fucking beautiful.
And that's the thing. So if you're gonna look at one as that, you have to treat them all you have to treat them all with that level of respect. You don't have to like it.
Yeah.
But you have to respect it. Otherwise, you just look stupid because it's like, why? How could you say like this form of dance is better than this form of dance? Because really, all it is time and space. That's the only difference. The space in between, meaning like you have a country over here or people over here that do different things because they have space to cultivate something that they're not interfering with each other, and then time that goes on and changes in the way the world changes. So time and space is the only difference between figure skating and breakdancing. But that's just a point to show like the level of ignorance where it's like they were like he was like shitting on it like that. I could see he's like you know, like just absolutely disgusted, and I was just like, you get such a strong emotion, you know.
Yeah.
And but I realized because there's a lot of things that this person will say to me, and I know he doesn't really think about it or really realize it. He just like however he justifies it in his mind, I don't know. But he'll say some shit that I'm in my mind like, yeah, that's rude as fuck. But I've learned through like, and I've never gotten triggered. That's the thing, because I know that he's just ignorant. So I'm just like, you can't trigger me because I know you're just ignorant.
Yeah, you're just gonna go to his level. He do.
And but it's not even that deep because I'm not even.
You're
close.
not minding that.
Yeah, it's like, bro, like it's like you're a fly to me. So it's like, but that space is like it teaches you to be able to understand that like this person and people who think like that, they're in this certain space, but it has nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't do anything to you to put you there.
Yeah.
You put yourself there, or whatever happened to you in your life put you there, but it has nothing to do with me. So understanding that, it's like when other people are in their little whatevers, it's like, dude, it has nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I've only brought good here. So because I understand that, it's like for me to get moved in that direction, it's not really like gonna happen. Especially, it's only people who can move me like that is people that I really care about, and that's when I can get like whatever. But if I don't give a shit, it's like, bro, I don't care. Like it doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I reserve my care for that which deserves. But I don't know. So in that space, I just feel like it's very easy to like, and I also realized the opposite effect in the car. Because in the car, I'm much more aggressive. And I realize because you're in this. But at the same time, I'm always like, in my mind, I'm always like, I would be like ready to like fucking. But I know it's just dumb as shit. It's not smart. But I hate when people do stupid shit on the road. Like I'm ready to fight. Like I hate it. It's like, bro, like you need to go take a license test again.
Definitely need the bubble gun. Shit.
Yeah, the bubble gun.
That would be nice. Yeah.
Cause like I hate people who are terrible drivers, bro.
Yeah.
It's like get the fuck off the road. Like you literally are you're in
They should do that, bro. You should have like in Gran Turismo, bro. It shouldn't be a license and a fucking you have a license. It should be, do you have a C license?
No, that's Burnout Paradise.
No, Gran Turismo too. And you have to build up. Remember,
did?
and you get the better cars as you go up and the tracks get harder, but your license goes up. Burnout Paradise too, the same thing.
Yeah.
You get a higher grade license. That's just exactly what it be.
Yeah.
You have to keep passing these things, and then as people get older, they might lose their rank of where they are, so you can only drive these roads or do these
and then you
things.
should be allowed to. You have a different set of laws based on how you can drive. Like especially if people who just have the base license have to drive speed limit. They do what they do, like 10 above, whatever.
Gotta stay in the right lane.
Normal shit. Then there should be like the danger courses. Like, can you navigate in dangerous terrain? Like, I can drive with a hydroplane car for miles.
With the fucking like huge rain or snow comes down and ice.
Yeah, like, can you do it?
How do you?
Like, one of the times we were coming home from Atlanta when it was raining like super hard, and like there was literally like a solid 3-minute time period. I was sliding the whole time. The whole time I was driving, I was like, I don't have the full traction of the car because I could feel it. but I drove it like normal because I know how to drive in that.
Yeah.
That should be like a tier of like, can you drive in these dangerous conditions? And if you can, you should be able to do different shit on the road. Like, why do I have to follow the same rules as the next person when this person has no idea what the fuck they're doing?
Ranking the license is huge, dude. I think that's huge. And then you create
because
roads
if you have this certain thing, then on the highway you should have no speed limit.
Yeah.
And it should be tied to your thing. So when the cops hit you with the gun and see, like, they scan your license plate with the gun and they see your information, they see what kind of
you're
license
grade
you
A,
have.
whatever, you're good.
Yeah. And then it could even add to the spec of like who's driving. That could be a thing like it probably would have to be electronic, but it knows what license is the one driving. That way you can't be like, oh, it's the car that's registered that has like an A license and you're like a D driver.
Yeah.
You can't do the A license
True.
shit. It's registered to like whoever's driving. Like, you know, whatever the case may be. I mean, I think it's probably a bad thing overall, like in general, because
I guess
this is the thing, bro.
Or okay, you know what? Maybe just create a road that you have to get. You can only drive on this road if you have this.
See, no, I don't think it's a bad thing because of the way that it could work. I think it's a bad thing because of technology. Like, I'll say this, I will never.
I mean, it would be hard because it's like if you had to put your license in the whip, like then it's
well, dude, it would just be like,
oh look, Ryan's driving.
It wouldn't be hard because just like the credit.
I guess you have your phone, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Same
but
shit.
Whatever. But they have those little microchips, and it would detect where you're sitting. You wouldn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, they have that for.
But like would that information only be accessed if a cop hit you with a gun?
Yeah, because nobody needs to know what your shit is.
Yeah.
But the only reason I would say is to abide by the structure of society today.
But in today's society, when the cop not even use a gun, you just see everyone driving by. You just have like a little like line like this, and anyone who drives by, you can scan the chips.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean,
so that would be kind of so.
But it'd be easier because then you also know, like, you could have a level of license for people who are like also slightly disabled, like someone who like is partially blind or something. Because there's people who are partially blind who can still drive. I mean, technically everyone with glasses is partially blind to an extent, and you can still drive, right? So, or contacts, whatever. But it goes deeper in the whatever directions, and also it just depends on technology. Because I mean, like, they have self-driving cars, but I know someone who's like they're legally blind. They're not fully blind, but they're legally blind, and they can't legally drive cars because of their vision.
Yeah.
But they can't have a self-driving car because their vision is too far in that direction that they couldn't take over the car in case of emergency if the car didn't thing, which shows that the technology isn't trusted or ready to be implemented. Because if it was, this person would be able to just hop in the self-driving car, put their destination in, and get where they're going, you know? But the technology's not ready. But I also think the dangers of it, like, I don't think I would ever get a self-driving car or a car that the engine is connected to electronics, just because I know, like, I could get killed at any point in time, because all someone has to do is hack it. I mean, that's what happened to you know, Fast and Furious.
You gotta have a key, dude.
Yeah, if it's not just turn that, like, I'm gonna, like, when I get money, I'm gonna buy like an old Corvette or like an old car, and I'm just gonna update the features. I'll put the hot seats in there. I'll put electronic windows instead of the cranks. I'll do all the features that are like that kind of stuff, but I won't connect any electronics to the engine.
Yeah,
because I know you're so vulnerable. Like, it's an accident. It's always an accident when someone crashes, but they can literally take over because they have it today. Like, the car, like, if you buy a car from some places and you have it on a payment thing, they can remotely shut down your car where you can't turn it on if you don't pay the bill. If they can remotely shut down the car, they can remotely turn on the car. They can access those things because it's connected to those things.
Definitely.
And that's the
yeah, bro.
That's the crazy part. So that's why I think ultimately, like, it would be a good idea in a world that we live in, that would be in a progressive world. Like, if we lived in a world that people actually wanted to make the world better, then it would be better to have different things that people can do different stuff. I mean, if you go back to the old days, like really old days where people drove like horse and carriage, there was people who could ride a horse. There's people who could drive a 2-horse carriage, people who could drive a 4-horse carriage, a 6-horse, and if you could only drive a 2-horse carriage, you didn't drive the 6-horse because you don't know how to do it. And they do different things. Yeah. You pull different weight. And that was that, because it's based on your skill. Yeah. 100%. And the higher skilled you are, the more you could do. Yeah. And that's that. But today's society, it's like whether you have a license or not, it's not based on skill.
Yeah, for sure.
And some people should not be driving. Period. Because they're not good drivers. Like I might be like I'm not really reckless.
All those people should drive. All those people that classified, give them like the worst license. Maybe whatever category you put them in, you should put them all on one road and be like, let's see how, and then see how they do,
And race.
and race them. No, cause,
Not race them.
no, I think about how
Like turtles and the thing.
Because don't you think that when there's people who are dumb on the road, like the only reason why catastrophe doesn't happen is because there's smart people on the road too, like driving safe
Yeah.
enough to be like, if I was as dumb as you, we would crash, you know? And then you'd have like a. So I feel like they wouldn't even finish the race.
Well, this is the thing,
Even
right?
if you raced them, they wouldn't even finish the race
Like-
because they would all. It would just be a whatever car pileup. And it'd
Well,
be
I think
over.
a lot of the danger of the road is indecisiveness. Like people who are indecisive.
And distractions, I would say.
Yeah, the
Those are
distractions too.
two main things.
But like I watched like
I literally was driving to work a couple months back, and I'm like, bro, why is you got? And especially because like if you're not like, I'm usually more or less like not rushing, but like I'm not trying to slow pace to work. I'm trying to just get there. So when I'm going, this lady's like going mad on her. I'm like, what is she doing? And she's like swerving. I look, and then like as I like, and I was like, I don't want to get too close, but I drive in, and she's like flicking TikTok, just driving. I was like, bro, are you
Yeah,
kidding me,
I've
bro?
seen that too.
Are you kidding? You're flipping TikTok right now while you're driving? Just throw on a pod, throw on a movie, a funny movie, whatever, at least.
Yeah.
Bro, I was like, no way, dude. That's crazy,
know.
bro. That's crazy.
It's just difficult because it's like, dude, like the world we live in is.
But
really
yeah, I
crazy.
mean, definitely. I mean, if we were in a more progressive world, I definitely see that more of these ideas like this could be implemented.
One day. That's why I
Within
say
a day,
that's
too,
really why
not
I
even-
say it all, because I think like one day the world will have reached a point where they're like people are actually like interested in making the world better, and then that's when like the ideas at some point can.
Because the
Be
ideas will
taken
no
and
longer be
used.
about money.
Yeah, because I don't
What
care
gets you the most money, but like
Yeah.
what gets you the best
results for the
result.
world.
Yeah, quality. Yeah, agreed.
And one day I look at it like this. Like this is in my mind. Like if you just look at this the stretch of technology, and this is a very simple format. You go from libraries, like people even just back in like whatever, not even that long ago, because there still is libraries today, but libraries to the point where people actually went and used them because like you don't have your phone to just look shit up. And that goes to having your phone to look shit up, like computers and stuff like that. And everything is recorded, right? So everything that's put on the internet, every single song, every single post, every single tweet, it's all there somewhere. There's a database that has it all, right? Now, this whole database we don't really have access to. We kind of have access to the internet, but the internet's censored. We don't have free internet. It's censored. It's censored in every single country. There's not a single country that has free internet. So because of that, and we all know that because of the dark web and the deep web, that shit exists that people can't normally access unless you do XYZ to get access to it. And that's the easiest example. But so one day though, this whole everything that was ever done, if you look at the span of future from the library to the technology in the phone, you have the collection of information that everyone can access. And that's what we have today is a large collection of information that not everyone can access. Eventually, it'll be the large collection of information that everyone can access. And you can look like, I remember watching, I think in Star Wars when Obi-Wan goes to the library and he can like look at all the galaxies.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Like imagine a library but it's not the galaxies, but it's all the information from every single year. So like 100 years from now, 200 years from now, they can be like, oh, 2024. I'm going to click on 2024 and it'll be like all the sections. Like for everything, like you click a category, you type into Google search a category, it'll show you all the results, and you keep filtering it down and down and down until you find whatever you're looking for. So podcasts would be one. This would be that. You could do podcasts that when they came out within the first month, they had 100 plays, they had 1 million plays, whatever. Like the search results will be so finite to the smallest little detail that if you do the right things, you could find like specific everythings. And you could look at it because it would be a true documentation of what the world really looks like or looked like. Also the things behind the curtains that we don't have access to, because eventually everything will become public information because there is no loss to time anymore. Back in the day, there was loss to time because something could happen. They could rewrite the way they want it to be written. That's the story they tell. That's the story they go with. And the only way that you find the information is if they they take what really happened, they write it somewhere and they put it deep underground or whatever. And if all those things get unearthed, then we can see the true history. But today, we just can't. It's blocked behind a firewall. It's all digital. It's all there somewhere. But everything will come out eventually. Like
Interesting.
200, 400 years from now, people will be able to see all the stuff for even the JFK assassination. Because they only show us the one video or whatever. But I'm sure look how many people with cameras are out there. One day you'll be able to, like, JFK assassination and look at every single photo that was taken. Because somebody has those pictures in their books, and those things get uploaded or they get put on someone's Facebook. Like, oh, this was my dad. He was there. This is the photo that he took that day. And it's just on Facebook, and no one really has. It's not in a public library. It's just somewhere. But that is getting taken. AI grabs it. Boom. Over here. Da-da-da-da. And then there'll be an entire database for everything. Even the stuff that doesn't get posted, because your phone constantly records video and audio.
Yeah.
24/7. Everyone's does. So, and location, all that. So all this information at one point in time, people will be able to look at a world map of cell phones like 100 years from now in 2024 and watch how everything was moving around like ants. Like this person went here and here and here and here and here, like back to work, you know, there.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to see the lines. Like, and you see where did they go more. It's the same exact thing today. Like, your patterns of behavior because of your phones. Shit, if you have the Apple Watch on, they got your heart rate, they got all that. They can see, like, when you watch something, how your body reacts because of your heart rate. And then they can take that even a step further with the marketing. Oh, this person reacted like this because their heart rate moved like this when they watched this. Now we can send them this. So, and this exists. That part exists today.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
People don't understand how deep that is.
Yeah.
But one day it'll all be accessible, and that's my non-fear against technology of knowing that, like, eventually it'll get used for good. Today it's not.
Yeah.
Eventually it will be. So it's like I think you might as well say your ideas and give them out there, because I don't have the ideas that I'm like, this needs to be executed this way in order for this thing to happen. Because I just, in my mind, like, here's a thought, here's a thought, here's a thought, here's a thought. However it runs, it runs. If it dies, it dies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that. Because it's like, it is what it is. The world isn't actually ready to live in a format where we're all like, oh shit, like, let's go build. You know, we don't do that. Like when you're playing Minecraft, you're like, you're out exploring the world. You want to build shit. You want to do shit. The world just wants war. Ultimately, you want to watch people fight. You want to watch people dominate each other. People don't want to watch people build. You rather watch and I like it too. And that's why I'm not a hater, because I'd rather watch the UFC knockout than watching someone lay bricks down to build a house.
Mm-hmm.
It's more exciting watching the violence, but the other one is more constructive to society.
Yeah.
In reality, but it still is good. It's gladiator games. It's fun, whatever. But the world's not ready. We don't live in that society. As much as I think people would like to think so, we don't, because there is technology that exists that we don't use today, and because we don't use it, it's like we could have cures to diseases. We could build more aerodynamic vehicles, structures, everything, houses, to be able to withstand different things. We could share everything from food. We could take all the poison out of the food, and actually they could make food that just has the nutritions of what you actually need in your body. But like things like McDonald's fries and Lay's chips, they all have addictive chemicals in them to make you addicted to those things. And it continues. I know that for my fact of my own. If you've ever done a detox, you will feel your actual physical addiction to these things that you've been addicted to. Like sugar is one of those things, like the manufactured sugar, it's all that, and everything that has all these sugars or whatever, it's all addictive. Soda is actually addictive. You know, and everyone says, and it's not that it's bad, or it's not that it's good. Everyone's like, oh, if you see someone smoking cigarettes, you'd be like, people will look down on that person, right? I don't smoke cigarettes, for the record. But that's the thing, right? I also don't really drink soda unless I'm at work. Then I do drink soda. But soda kills more people. It'll kill more people by the end of it. It'll deteriorate more lives because you put soda in kids' mouths. You don't put cigarettes in kids' mouths.
True.
Everyone drinks soda. It's a choice at some point in time to cross the line to intake tobacco or nicotine. But your parents will just give you soda. Yeah. You didn't choose. It was chosen for you. It's more dangerous. But if you see someone down the road drinking a McDonald's cup in their car, you don't think twice. But if you see them smoking a cigarette in their car, you look a little bit longer. It's just psychological. You look at one thing worse than the other, but the other thing is worse. So, I don't know. For me, it's like semi-maddening. Like, I do feel to an extent that, like, the world is like one large insane asylum. Where we all don't realize that shit is crazy. It's really crazy. Like the truth is crazy.
Yeah.
And the lie
So-
is like the nice one.
Yeah.
And to me, it's maddening.
Yeah.
But
even the lie now is not as nice in some way.
what do you mean?
I just feel like beforehand, I feel like when shit would happen or they would try to push like an agenda or whatever, it wouldn't be so obvious. Like maybe I just wasn't old enough at the times when for whatever, but it feels like they tried harder to like create like a lie or whatever. You know what I mean? It just feels like they put more effort into it versus like they'll just lie. Like it'll be like so bullshit, but then it's like, but then by the time that you even talk to someone about it, it's like the next thing had already happened now. So
Well, that's what I can say to that. Like, okay, you're on
like at least put some care in it too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
put some effort in your work.
That's
if you're
like a
gonna lie.
South Park episode right there. I'll give you this example, and this is just nature, right? Like if you go to a basketball court, and it doesn't matter who you are, really, because everyone will do this inevitably. If you go to a basketball court and you just take from the free throw line or just layups or whatever, you stand by the thing and do this. You throw it out the backboard in, back, and you get pretty good at it, right? You do it 100, 200 times, whatever. Then you step back to the foul shot line and you do your foul shots over and over and over. You get pretty good at it. Then you'll step back to the three-point line and you'll keep shooting and shooting. You get pretty good at it. Now you go to the half court. You keep shooting, you get pretty good at it. You can see this in the NBA today because you have people who shoot from way deeper than they did previously. Because it's like you're always going to push and see what you can get away with, right? Can you get away with it? Can you pull up at Damian Lillard half-court shot and make it and get away with it? Because growing up, even for us, when you were a kid and you chucked up a half-court shot, coach is pissed.
Yeah.
Even if you make it, coach is pissed.
Yeah.
Because like that is so irresponsible to do that.
Just walk up and shoot a half-court shot like you
then when people start draining half-court shots, then it's like, okay, keep shooting. Because I remember I had one game, and this is back when it was like, I don't know, 8th grade ball or whatever. Scores didn't get that high. And I wasn't I've never been like an outside shooter. I've always been like I can make a nice play inside, whatever. But I chucked up a 3. I drained it. Wasn't normally my space. Then like I chucked up another 3, drained it. Chucked up another 3, drained it. And I was like, oh shit, I'm on fire right now. And then my coach was like, yo, keep shooting. Like keep shooting, keep shooting. But I was a good player, but I wasn't like a shooter to be like, yo, keep shooting. So it's like one of those things of like, you know, it whatever you can get away with. If you can get away with it, everyone's gonna be like, okay, cool. Like that's what it is. If you can't get away with it, people are gonna be like, what was he doing?
Yeah.
If you chuck up the half-court shot and you miss,
at least if it's a good lie, you'd be like, oh yeah, I got him. But then you just the lie is so bad and people still believe it.
I think it's one of those things like,
shit,
can you
dude.
say it and people actually believe it? It's like, do you? And like you just don't care enough. And this is the thing. Like, remember when the kid in the neighborhood was like, "What's your name?" Like this is like a year ago, or whatever. He's like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Oh, I'm Jason." He's like, "Oh," he's like, "You look like Jason Momoa," and I was like, "I am Jason Momoa." And then I was like, because my mom, I'm just like, I don't really
More
care.
like Jason Momoa from the commercial thing.
Yeah, the skinny one where he takes off his shit.
His arms.
Yeah, and because in my mind, I'm like, one, it's like I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. Like, it's like to me, I'm just fucking around. Like, this kid asked me like who I am, or he asked me what my name is. He thinks I'm Jason Momoa. I'm like, let's see if I can get away with him thinking I'm Jason Momoa. And then I'm like, and we have like that sword, the Japanese training sword in the window. I'm like, oh yeah, look at that sword right there. And he looks at it. And I'm like, yeah, that's like the sword from the new movie. I was like, they let me take one of the props home. And he's like, whoa. He's like, I live next door to Jason Momoa. And then he runs home. So in his mind, it's like, it's one of those things. It's like if you, if like you just like you have to not care to a certain extent. So I think it's that kind of thing. They're like, can we get away with it? Can we say it? Can we do it? Like, will people believe it? And then if people get mad, then they double back. Like, we're sorry, we apologize.
Yeah.
And it's like another thing, like this is even a small one, like, which is really crazy and it's very dangerous. But there was a lady who, at one of the actors, a big actor, I forget her name, but whatever. And she tweeted like, oh, like the Marvel movies aren't real movies. Like they're not real movies. They're just like cram a bunch of good, like famous actors together, a bunch of CGI, whatever. But it's not a real movie. It's like an event, right? Whatever. It's not a movie. And then, she whatever series or whatever she was a part of got sold to Disney, and then she had to double back on all her statements. Otherwise she would have lost her job.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't have your freedom of speech now because they own you.
Yeah. Dude, did you see that guy, bro? this dude's wife died at Disney from eating something or some shit like that, and he tried to sue. And the first, I guess, I'll go to the second part. But the first part, he tried to sue, and then because he signed up for Disney Plus, like in 2016 or whatever, he can't sue Disney.
No fucking way.
Because
Like,
he signed it. It's in the Disney Plus contract or whatever. So I don't know if we've always. I can't remember if I've ever actually signed up or I just used Dad's. But technically,
I've never
Dad,
signed up.
I know for a fact that Dad cannot sue Disney because of it. So what he's doing. So now the second part of it is that his lawyers are fighting that she didn't sign up for Disney. So he's fighting on her behalf because she can't defend herself. And he's fighting. So that's what their next argument is. But dude, literally because they signed up for Disney Plus,
That's
and like
maniacal.
and he doesn't even have it anymore. He's like he literally only had it for like that year, like 16. He can't sue Disney, bro.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah,
And
bro.
think about it, that's the world we live in, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Honestly, bro.
Human centipede has coming soon.
Because, bro, I was fucking watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse because I put it on for Nahi, and Goofy says some just out of bounds shit. Like Daisy's like trying to like she has like some like walnuts or whatever, and then he comes up like, "Ooh, let me crack your nuts." And then they're talking about like a nutcracker, and he's just like, "Oh, and it's very useful too," or some shit like that. And I'm looking at like that's like kind of weird, like to be like.
Well, you remember the South Park episode on Disney?
Yeah, with the Mickey Mouse and
The Jonas Brothers? Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. It's like Mickey Mouse like beats their ass in the back.
See, Jonas Brothers are one of those bands that like they were popping, and we could go down the list really, but they were popping the Disney artists. They were popping when they were like younger, doing whatever they're doing. They fall off for like a long time, and then all of a sudden, they're like famous again. Where like people care, like they have like all this like stuff's going on for them or whatever. Like out of nowhere, like they're just popping again. Like I remember like the year that was like it was New Year's Eve or whatever, like the New Year's thing, and they're like the Jonas Brothers, and like there's like I'm like where have these guys even been? Like
They had that one song. Remember?
yeah, exactly though.
They had that one song.
But that song
during COVID, yeah, remember?
It's definitely a shop song. Though.
You had it in the playlist, eh?
Yeah, I know. Well, how'd the song go? That was the Rocket League playlist. That wasn't the song.
That was it, yeah. That's them.
I don't think it was that song though.
Yeah, that's what it was, though. That's what it was.
I wish I had my phone.
Yeah, you saw the Rocket League playlist still?
No.
Yeah, you don't have it? Oh, there's no proof.
So there's
Yeah.
no evidence. I never
Maybe it
listened
wasn't
to
that song. But that's one of the songs.
I don't think it was that song though. But I did have one of the songs that they
just
dropped.
want you to know that song was in his playlist.
It's definitely not. I don't know. Maybe it was. I can't remember. But point is that it's one of those. It's like a manufactured setting. It's like all of a sudden
It wasn't that song.
you're there again.
There was another one though, but it wasn't that one.
It was like the electronic one that they made.
Yeah.
Because that playlist at the time when we were playing Rocket League, it was like all electronic music. Because like that, like when you're playing Rocket League,
Yeah, you need the vibes.
that
like
was
that.
the electronic music is like
Yeah.
to get you like to where you need to be, like hitting aerials and shit. I was not hitting aerials, but
Yeah. It's more or less getting pissed because our Wi-Fi was shit.
yeah, Wi-Fi was
and
bad.
losing tournaments.
Trying to
'cause of it.
compete in tournaments. We won some though,
Yeah.
but every day we'd be like logging on trying to like get
Win
the
the tournament,
time.
dude, yeah.
When's the tournament?
Good times, dude.
That's hilarious.
It's like visibly pissed when someone blew the tournament.
But yeah, it's one of those things like the shit is so manufactured, and that's the crazy part about Disney is like Disney is meant to be so family friendly, and the irony is though, like this is the thing, like when the kids are a little older, I still want to take them to Disney,
Yeah.
even knowing all what I know is like still like, I'm still gonna take them there because like it's still like a magical place. But it's all fucked up. That's the thing. It's like everything is
but
twisted.
you don't got to
dude.
go behind the scenes though. when
Yeah,
you're
we're just
there.
gonna go do.
Just
you
go
know.
stay in front of the scenes.
Yeah.
Ride to ride.
Last time we went to Universal, when we were near like that one section, I broke that. Remember, I broke that railing. We took pictures. I like, hopped over and just broke it.
Oh yeah.
We just left, and it said like "Do not enter."
Yeah.
We
I
entered.
remember it. We entered it.
I felt good about it,
And
but I knew
lost-
they were watching. Like they have
You
cameras.
lost your
everywhere.
bandana on.
I did, and I ordered the same.
That was
one.
a good ass ride though, dude.
Was it Jurassic Park?
Yeah, Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. I kind of don't like the too overproduced rides sometimes. Like the Harry Potter castle. Like I think it's
Yeah.
cool for like an aesthetic, but like that's a lot of money invested in a ride that's like
Yeah.
It's a
That's
show
what I'm
and
saying.
tell
The Jurassic
ride.
Park one was sick though.
I don't really remember the actual
Dude, you zoom for a long, and you come up that hill, and that's where your shit flew off.
So, look. Next time we go to like a amusement park, that I'm gonna make my decision then. But like, because I think this was like the state fair or whatever. But going to the state fair and riding those rides, like last time we did it, I didn't really enjoy the rides as much as I used to. Like I used to like him, like like the thrill of it, and then getting on there, I was just like, I don't know, I'm not really.
No, I mean,
I'm not really fucking with
the
this.
carnival rides are pretty shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they're honestly, you feel like you're gonna just fly off of them.
Yeah.
And break down.
I remember when we were in Maryland, and there was that county fair, like the one that would be at the fire station. And I was on a ride once. Or no, I wasn't on the ride. I was gonna get on the ride. I was on the line. It's one of the like the zipper that like flips you around or whatever. And I watched as parts of the ride were flying off while they were on it.
Dude,
and the dude who, when the ride was over, literally went like picked up the screw, went up to one of the cabins, just screwed it back on, and set people back on
that's
it.
Good, bro. If we had a portal, we could go to Hershey
like,
Park
that's
tomorrow,
crazy.
bro. If you got on a Storm Runner, bro, you'd be like, that was sick.
Probably.
You just fucking shoot and you go up, dude. That's the thrill right there. You shoot fast, you go up high.
And Fahrenheit, that one was dope too.
Yeah, dude. But that's actually because that's a big. It's a big.
Yeah, real
thing.
rides. Not ones that they just set up. Yeah, I think
I'm fast. That's the thing. You want to go fast. You want to go.
Yeah.
And then, because usually if you're driving, even if you're on the highway, you're going fast, the wind's not hitting you. If you have the windows open, yeah, but you're this.
Yeah,
in
it's
this
not a
thing.
thrill though on the
If you're in
highway.
the first row, bro, on Storm Run, you shoot up and you go up this big ass thing. You're like in the sky, and then you look down. You go.
I think
fast.
the Bear is Hershey Park. It's called the Bear.
The Great Bear.
Great Bear, yeah.
And then Case Minion had the one you go up the volcano. Same thing, shoot, but it was like the Great Bear ass. You shoot up.
See, and that's the thing that I think like. What I don't like about Six Flags is Six Flags doesn't really have like a good enough theme.
Six Flags pisses me off. And I'll tell you why, bro. And literally anyone with money, steal this idea, go do it. Buy Six Flags and redo it. They have enough things. You got Looney Tunes. Okay, first of all, how do you not have a whole Looney Tune place for the kids, bro? Like crazy.
I think because Six Flags.
And then hold on, let me go. And then two, they have fucking DC. They have DC heroes. They have the Gotham City. It's like Gotham's like you could literally have Batman and the Joker fight each other every hour or some shit like that. You're in the nighttime. You go down. You're waiting for the line. All of a sudden, oh shit! There's fucking Batman. And then Joker throws little thing like and then they blow up. And the Riddler comes in.
Yeah,
like you could have these
even using
things.
like smoke bombs and shit.
Yeah, and then the other side they have Superman. They have the headquarters. You could have the Flash walking around. Blah blah blah. And then you go to the Kids Land, Looney Tunes. Big ass hammers and shit, like funny shit happening. Like all it is though is that it's a money grab, and enough people go each year to keep it alive and keep making money. But if they literally just shut it down,
well, I think
and redid the whole shit, bro,
I think it's
you
just
could literally,
scaled.
it could really be that. It could be that lit where you
Yeah.
have that shit where it's like, oh look,
but
Batman's fighting.
also
this,
to
and that.
say it, there's Six Flags like everywhere. There's only like 2 Disneys.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Someone buy this Six Flags off this guy. Whoever's own it, get it off his hands. Shut down, because think about it. Around here, when we were in Maryland, we just named. You could go to Hershey Park, you could go to Busch Gardens, you could go to Kings Dominion, and then if you want to, you go to Six Flags. But that's all in the area. Over here, it's like I guess there's one in the
The
Carolinas.
Six Flags was in PG County, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one in the Carolinas, and you can go to Florida, and you can go to Busch Gardens or whatever. But around here, like imagine right there, it's like a super dope theme park. Like kids are going there anyway, spending their money, spending their they're going, they're getting a pass, they're spending their money, they're going. People are still going there, and then they're getting a trash experience versus like you could actually make it where it's like on Friday night. On a Tuesday night, people are going to fucking Six Flags because they want to see Batman fight the Joker. They want to ride this dope ride, play a couple fun games. You know what I mean? Hang out with their friends. Like it could be a really nice place. People are going there anyway, so it's like why not it be like amazing? Like you could contend with Disney. Why would we drive all the way to Disney? We can just go to Six Flags right here.
I wonder if it's owned by Disney.
Maybe I don't know, but I don't know because that's a DC character. So could you? I don't know how
They can license.
how tricky it is, but still, dude. Like it's not like Six Flags got nothing, bro. Like Kings Dominion, they got nothing, bro. But they still make a good park, whatever. But they don't have like a
Something to attach it
yeah.
to.
But it's like you got the characters, bro. You got them. You got Looney Tunes for the kids, and you got DC, and you got superheroes, bro. You could do it. You can literally make it super nice, and you can contend with Disney and blah blah blah. I just don't have the mills. If I had the mills extra, I would literally shut Six Flags down for the winter for the rest of the year.
Redo it.
Hire the people and redo it. Hire the actors. You got actors in Atlanta. You got so many, bro, stunt people. There's no way, bro.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There's this. You really create an economy of it, and it's people are still gonna go. You don't charge outrageous. You still charge the same price. But people actually go, and I have a season pass for the whole year. I haven't even gone.
Yeah.
So it's
I
like,
had it for 2 years and I only went twice.
It's like I don't think
once
you
a
got.
year.
It's like, oh, I'll get season pass, but I'm only gonna go that one time anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like if it was that lit, I probably would go on a random Tuesday night in the summer or here, and then we go even for 3 hours because I can go ride, have some fun, blah blah blah.
Last time I went, I think we were there for like 30 minutes.
Create a collector's done. Create like Disney has the pins, but create something where it's like if I go back, I'm gonna get something for it. You know what I mean?
Like a punch card.
Yeah, punch cards, build points, build things, whatever.
I
Just shit
do like.
that.
I think it's smart, but it's not practical. They sell like the refillable cups that you can bring back.
Yeah.
For the year, but then like you're not gonna probably remember to bring it back. Most of the people who buy it just for the day.
Definitely. There's just so many there's a way Six Flags could be lit, but it's not, and it sucks that people still go and spend their money there.
Yeah.
When it's like that's every time I walk in, my first guy is like, bro, this could be so much better, bro. And it's not even that hard.
Actually, the coolest part of it is the entrance.
True.
Like right when you walk in, like you got like the shops and shit. Then it splits into like you can go one of the 3 different directions. I think. That's like the coolest part.
And it's just like you walk through Gotham City and you're like, bro, like you could.
Can you put torches in your left hand, or is that a mod? Because he has a torch.
Yeah, I feel that's a mod.
And he's putting it down.
Maybe can you put it in your hand there?
I'm gonna test it out.
Yeah, but it's like, but you can't. But when you go to Universal and they got Harry Potter. Like you walk in, like you feel like you're in some sort of. It makes you feel whatever. Even then you walk down, there's that Egyptian one or whatever. There's and then you go walk in this Dr. Seuss.
You know what we should do?
It's not that big, but you feel like you're in this thing. Like you want to hang out there for a little bit.
Minecraft.
The Simpsons. Remember you go to the Simpsons one?
Oh yeah, I always like getting the Duff beers.
Yeah. There's some little
drinks.
feeling with everybody. It's just like, and it's not that hard. It doesn't take that much. It just takes effort and people. Yeah. And you got the people here. You got the people who are stunt man. You got it creates jobs, and it creates somewhere where people, if they're gonna go spend their money, that the whole family has a great experience.
Yeah.
And you get to give them like, oh my god, remember we went to Flint? You know what I mean? Versus like, yeah, I got a whole season pass for Six Flags, never went.
Or I went for 30 minutes.
It's like I went and wasted all my money.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm definitely passionate about that. So
also, they should also have free games. Like all the carnival games you have to pay for.
Yeah, they should have some free ones.
They should have free games. Even if the prizes are like super small.
Yeah.
Or you have to like make a lot to get. Like if you operated the whole thing off like a ticket system, like you have a scan card and you scan it, and if it costs, some of them don't, and the prizes for the ones that cost are just like you get more points from it.
Yeah.
Then you can go somewhere and get the rewards instead of like whatever's on the shelf. That's what you can get. It's like at the end there's like a big place where you can get all your stuff, or the different shops that just have them like, oh, that one costs 10,000. It's like, do you have it? You scan it.
You can even buy your pictures or whatever you want it.
Yeah, with the thing.
And it's like, I won we won the points. Let's go buy this picture on that ride. That's fun.
And then, dude, this would be smart to get people to ride certain rides that can be like, oh, for the next 30 minutes. And maybe every time you ride rides, you get points.
Yeah.
So even riding rides get you points.
And that's the thing where it's like, oh, if you come on this Tuesday, just like you said, don't blink. Or blink twice or whatever. Yeah. Whatever it was. Don't blink. Whatever the fuck you said. It
whatever. I don't know.
But it's like that thing where it's like, on this day, like, you're going to get access to this shit. And then it gets people that want the collectors. You get the collectors in there.
Double point Tuesdays.
You know what I mean? It's like, yo, Elmer Fudd's fucking whatever. You got to go find Elmer Fudd. And he got you. And you go get it. You go find him. Then while you're there, you might buy a drink. Whatever, you know? But even so, it's like, and there's not that much stuff to do. Like, I think about it a lot during the summer when the college kids come back. I'm like, bro, there's nothing to do, bro. There's nothing to do, bro.
Yeah. But that's a deeper thing, because that's why I felt like in Maryland, like why like so many people get into drugs and shit, because there's literally like there's nothing to do in those
but
areas.
at least in Maryland, there was like some like here, like how like there's not really a place like you can go kick the soccer ball for real. You know what I mean? Where it's like open like that, but like they had that big. So there's some little areas, but even so, that's all there is. And there was some, but there's no like, even for around here, there's no summer like the only soccer league we could join, you can only have 2 people under the age of like 30 something. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, what is that? There's 22-year-old kids, 19-year-old kids that are coming back from college. You can't have a summer league for them to just run around in, bro. That doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense, dude. There's enough kids. There's definitely enough people
Yeah.
who want to do it, but they just don't do it.
That's
There's
why you
no-
gotta kind of like if
there's
you
no
want to do it,
outlets.
you'd have to like
you gotta
set it
create
up
it
yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
But then it's also if something. This is the crazy part. I was thinking about this today, where I was like, I was relating it to money, but the same rule applies. Like, people rather give money to people who have money than people who don't have
Bro, maybe
money.
we should do that.
Start a soccer league.
Start like try to get it for next summer and like see how much it would cost. Like, how do you get refs or whatever, and see if we get people to sign up.
The thing is, what the only trouble I'd find is like, where would we play?
And then but there is a couple parts. How much does it cost to rent out the
space?
Yeah, and then see what the logistics are and whatever.
And technically, you could run it off the books for a minute, for a little bit, just pull up at the times if no one's there. But running the risk of the fact that
No, but if you can do it officially and then see
Yeah.
how many kids, or maybe do a pre thing, like send down the different places on the face or whatever, like how many, if this was possible, how many people would sign up, and just see what the gauge would be.
Yeah.
And then what we would have to charge for it to work. I don't know. Maybe it's a good idea.
Yeah, that'd be cool actually.
But yeah, but it's just no outlets for kids to do shit, dude.
Maybe we should do that because soccer is easier to grab. You can grab more people playing soccer than basketball or anything
Yeah.
because it takes less. Because basketball requires hand-eye coordination.
And you can just you don't have to do 11s. You can do 7-on-7, play in the smaller fields where like the kids play.
Yeah.
That's what the adults
I'd
do
rather
anyway.
do that. I don't want to run a fucking.
Then you don't
full
need as many
field.
people for a team. A whole group of friends come back, like they got their squad.
Yeah.
That would definitely be lit.
Yeah, that would
When you
be
think
dope.
about it. But yeah, dude, create more outlets for people. I'm definitely passionate about the Six Flags shit. If I had the money where it's like, all right, what are we gonna do with this money? That's literally what I would do. Even if it didn't not even to make any money off of it, just to hopefully sustain itself. That's what I would want.
Yeah.
So I can bring my kids to this fucking beautiful place that is fun and magical, and you maybe don't have to go to Disney where behind the scenes there's more than magic
Mickey Mouse is
happening.
beating up the Giants.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, dude. But shit. Until then, maybe we'll do the soccer league. That might be a good.
Yeah,
idea.
I'll be down to try to see what the
Yeah.
logistics are.
And now it's the end of summer, so we have time to set it up till next summer.
Yeah. I
Alright.
don't know what to see.
I'm gonna look into it.
There's a lot of factors.
Yeah,
There's also like jerseys and.
Yeah. But actually, there's a kid who I work with.
Oh, we could get the jerseys from our merch.
There's a kid who I work
People.
with who like went to like overseas to play soccer and shit.
Oh, really?
And I told him, I was like, yo, whenever you want, I'm down to like hear your story of like hear how, whatever. So
He
maybe it
played
would be,
pro.
like, yeah, like not like he was like going. I don't know.
Mm.
Maybe I'll have him on. Maybe I'll tell him, yo, you want to go on the pod and tell your soccer story.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe I'll tell him that. But but and as a person who's in whatever, I'll chop it up with him and see what he thinks.
Yeah.
Cause that'd be dope.
Well,
But yeah,
I'm down to see
Till
what we
then,
gotta do. I gotta
continue
get the passports in order though.
Yep.
Keep forgetting. And I remember I'm gonna need to do that. I don't think it should be that hard though. I've done it before.
yeah.
And we gotta see if we can make a Canada trip.
Anytime, anywhere. I'm down.
Probably should do it before the election, if possible.
I don't know how long.
When's the election?
November 5th. It's kind of close now. I don't know how long it takes the passport. You have to look up how long it takes for the passport to go through.
You can pay to get it done faster.
True.
So.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Well, episode 50, Ocean Waves. Thank you, anyone who's watched all 50. Appreciate you. Anyone who's joined along the way, also appreciate you 100%. Thanks for watching, listening.
Yeah.
Ocean's on arrival, all streaming platforms. Yep, I'm Indigo Ryan, the Navigator.
Jocelyn the Guru.
Appreciate y'all. See you next time.
I'll give you some more information next time.
For sure. Catch you next time. Comment anything, honestly.
Well, you should have like a thing.
Well,
Comment something.
All right. You said a lot. What would you Six Flags?
No.
No. Soccer league? No.
I was just gonna say comment your favorite color.
Comment who you're gonna vote for. Like,
Comment your social. No.
comment. What should we? Now we gotta say something.
Comment what you look forward to on a day-to-day basis.
Heard. Appreciate y'all for watching. See you next time. Peace.